probably going to get overwhelmed as you go through the day today about all the things that need to happen and all of the challenges and barriers. But I can tell you that you have everything you need, and it's right here in this room. That's right. I'm just so impressed with the group that has taken the time to come and work on this important issue, because if you have this kind of a coalition, nothing can stop you. And I just encourage you to think about, what do you want your system to do? Do you want it to serve commuters, workers? Do you want it to serve visitors, travelers? Do you want it to serve locals going to events? Do you want it to be about placemaking? Do you want it to be about competing with freeway travel?
When we passed this zone, the tax assessed value of that area that was in yellow, that's what the property tax assessed value was. This is what it was in 16. Now it's almost 100 million more today. Look at that right there. That's what you're doing if you do it right.
I was blown away by the property tax increase that was explained to us today, and it really does speak to the advantage of tying these things together, tying the transit systems together with real estate development, and in a way that can help to pay for the future developments. It's a tremendous opportunity, and seeing it in real time here in Salt Lake City has been great.
The rail line being in the ground clearly brought households to that neighborhood. It would have been unlikely that 10 years ago you could really rationalize the cost of that line up 4 South. But today, with the development that's taking place in response to that rail line, I don't think there's no one who would argue. You'd be hard pressed to find anybody in Salt Lake who'd argue that. So as a matter of certainty, as a matter of me stepping forward and saying, yep, I'm going to invest 20, 40, $100 million in that neighborhood, rails in the ground are pretty powerful.
Where economic development's concerned, light rail, I think, is a better bang for your buck because I think that the infrastructure's in place. It's a commitment. It's an investment that the community's made in that area. So then, if you're expecting, large development or even smaller businesses, mom and pop, I think that investment is important.
Transit in Utah has completely transformed the way that we've grown. We had projected in 1997 that we would develop another 300 square miles of the Wasatch Front by 2020. We're on pace to only develop 100 square miles. And part of that is the fact that we have that light rail that condenses the growth around it, where people want to be close to the train. I believe the data shows that if we shut down the transit system today with the rail, we'd have to add 2 additional lanes each direction on I-15.
Well, in my district, we have the Clark County Government Center, Smith Center, the UNLV Medical Center, and the College of Southern Nevada. And we have a congested, landlocked, old transportation system, and so I'm open to any solutions that can change that.
It is possible that you can take a community that's the size of ours and you can put in the infrastructure and transportation that then has the payoff at the end, both in terms of the quality of life of people, the revenues, the economic development, the whole picture, and it's very exciting to me.
Firsthand, it's much different than looking at it on paper and analyzing, but actually riding the rail, seeing the mixed use purpose, and seeing what the possibilities are that we could do in our cities.
Go big. I mean, really, yes. We were involved in the planning for the light rail, and we thought, this is the size of the stations we need. At our best hopes, we'll maybe get 7,000 or 8,000 people on the trains. Right now, if we had more train capacity, we'd put more people on.
I think this is a must to invest in. I think we need to find ways to fund it. We need to be willing to fund it. We've heard today, time and time again, that every dollar we spend investing in transit comes back to us almost 2 times, and if not more. And so there's just so many benefits. I mean, I think one of the things that we face as a community is the fact that our air quality is not always the greatest, and transit becomes an opportunity to help address some of the main drivers and causes of air pollution in the valley. And so this is something that's important to us. It's something that's important to people that care about the environment and conservation.
It was only after it was fully installed and it was evident that it was a key economic development driver that everyone jumped on the bandwagon. I'd say rapid bus transit is a good it's kind of an intermediary step. Utah County has had to go to that because the constituents down there weren't willing to fund a proposal to increase taxes in order to bring better you know, like light rail and whatnot. So what did they do? They've tried to champion better transit by virtue of the rapid bus system, but it's
all better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. It's a little half-assed compared to a real long-term solution.
I got to tell you, I'm actually blown away with what we're seeing here, with the investment that has been taking place down here that's paying off, and the ease of travel. This is visionary. This is something that I needed to see, and I'm looking really forward to our community in Las Vegas moving forward with this kind of vision.
The number one thing to our success has been the collaboration. Parties across the line, business community, MPOs, transit districts, businesses in general, just to continue to work together. Find great leaders, find people that will really champion this inside your assembly and your legislature, inside your local elected officials, inside your business community. Find champions, continue to push, because you can never push too hard. This is really the backbone of your economy. Your transportation system really truly is.